it inspires you to do a lot of shit that you've been wanting to do, but you haven't had the courage or you haven't had the moment to do it. And now you're like, hey, it's time to do it. It's fucking time to start. Welcome back to another episode of the SUGA CRAVE Show. Man, this week has been nuts. So many releases, EDC weekend. It's just fucking crazy, dude. Like, I've been watching all the videos of EDC. It just looks insane. The stages looks crazy visually and, aesthetically. It's just, I don't know, man. I'm so jealous for all the people that are out there, all the DJs and all the homies that are out there. It looks so cool. Jaws brought out Snoop Dogg. Fucking what? That's like crazy. And so it's amazing, man. I never got the chance to go to EDC. I was there for the EDC weekend in Vegas. I wasn't able to get a ticket, so I just hung out around Vegas, going into clubs, the day clubs, and that was even insane as well. But I never got a chance to go to EDC, but I always hear great things about it. A lot of people say that it takes a lot out of you, especially the first day, when you're so excited. You get in the speedway and, first of all, it takes you like fucking almost half a day just to get there because of the shuttles. And I heard last year the shuttles were pretty tough to get in, just because of traffic. And I don't know, it seems like they kind of have it figured out now, but I'm not sure. I've never been there, like what I said before, but it just looks cool. I would love to, not only as a spectator or just just to see, my favorite artist, but as a performer. I think it'd just be exciting just to see that, see thousands and thousands of people in front of you. It's so cool to get that perspective too when a lot of DJs do their promo. I know a lot of them are the same. They always has like that guy just going, swerving back and forth behind them, and they're just like 3, 2, 1. You know what I mean? It's cool, but it's also awesome to see that what they're viewing from the decks, because it looks hectic back there. I've never got a chance to really be behind the stage. I've definitely set up many CDJs before and a lot of turntables, but it's cool to see how it isn't behind the scenes. Especially you see them like when they see one another for, especially last year when festivals were going back, post-pandemic. And there's a lot of love around, especially a lot of EDM festivals. There's just a lot of love, the quote, plur. But I feel like now, I've been on Twitter. I'm just reading more and more, and people. There's a lot of good things, but a lot of bad things. Like a lot of people saying the VIP section was so congested. So spending $800, would it be worth it when you could just pay, I don't know what it is now, like 100 something for a day or the weekend. But you get what you pay for, right? But I noticed there's like some festivals that you don't really have to be in the crowd. If you want to dance and you want to shuffle, you can, stand on the side of the stage or even the back. But it just depends on your preference. For me, I love to be, if I could be anywhere, I would love to be next to the front of house engineer. That's like the best sounding spot you can be at. That's where they mix. Most of the time, they'll bring out the big boards for like bands, like big bands and stuff. Like they'll bring out like the big digital boards, like a SD16 or the SD7. But I don't know with the EDM world, like with the DJs, I don't know if they need too much too many channels. But I know when it comes to the VJs, they need like so many channels, and they have so many like, you know, effects that they need it done. Most of the time it is pre-programmed, but it's cool, man. I think it's awesome. Just going through all the comments, it seems there's a lot of good things that came out. A lot of people coming up that have been shining. But yeah, this weekend has just been a crazy like EDM. It's like craziness, if that makes sense. It's crazy. It's just like, because you have Flume. Flume came out with a brand new album called Palaces, and it's fucking insane. I just love his shit. It's just fucking great, man. Every time I listen to his albums, I don't know, it just, the sound designing, his skills as a sound designer is unbelievable. He does crazy things. Like my favorite part about Flume's sound is his unsyncopated rhythms, right? Sometimes it's so random and such a like offbeat, you know, feel, but it just sounds so good. I feel like he's the only guy that can really do it in such a enjoyable way. I don't know. I just haven't come across another artist that, as you know, big as him, that has done it successfully. And he sticks in his path, right? He knows what, you know, his sound is, and he just emphasizes it to 1,000. But Palaces, I just love this album. His previous albums were great as well, but I just feel like he's been pushing himself even more when it comes to like sound design. And to me, I love the portions of some songs that it gets out of his element, right? So what I mean by that, this album's not full, like, it's not fully, you know, it's not a full EDM album, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's just, to me, there's such a character to it, right? It tells a story. Actually, let me fucking bring my notes. I'm like rambling over here, like trying to figure out, like, I literally just broke down this fucking whole album, and I loved it. I was chilling on the couch, just listening to it, just piece by piece. And I don't know, for me, I love his sound design. I love the way he does his hypersaws. He's such a, he puts so much energy in his hypersaws, which, you know, a lot of people can do that. A lot of producers do that with their hypersaws. But with him, it's like he almost has like a metallic texture to it, right? He has, his sound is very metallic, if that makes sense. Like his snares, I forgot what song. I'm trying to see which song was it. There was a song that he like layered a snare. Okay, it's actually, I Can't Tell. That track, that's actually by far my favorite track from the album, because I just loved it. It to me, that song felt like a Flume track, but on steroids. It's just like the drop just hits, and he has a unsyncopated like stutter. The bass is so full and distorted and just groggly. I don't know. It just sounds so fucking massive, and that's why I love, man. I love when, especially a track like that, you know, EDM track, it just fucking hits you in the drop that you're just like, fuck. You just can't wait till you hear it live. It's one of those tracks that you just admire. You know, it's another track that you put as a reference track just to get inspirations, because sometimes, like, I don't know if you guys feel like this way, when you're feeling uninspired and you just feel like you're going in the same hole, you're making the same shit, and you're just like, man, let me listen to something else. Like sometimes I'll listen to like some blues, I'll listen to some, I'll even go crazy and just fucking listen to some avant-garde, just to kind of fucking, I don't know why, but to me it sounds like random shit. I don't know, just fucking people just like slamming shit down, like throwing instruments down the stairs. That's how avant-garde to me sounds like, but don't hate me for that. But sometimes you need to take references to just get inspired, and this definitely is a track that you just reference, just not only as creativeness, but mixing, just outline, just kind of see where things will fit perfectly on a track, and it just, I don't know, I just really love it. And so for instance, going back to that metallic sound, that his snare on there, I think it's like the first snare sounds normal, and then the second snare on the drop, it has like a metallic layer to it. I think that's so fucking dope. There's other producers that do it too, but how he did it was so, like, I don't know, it just puts an emphasis on that second snare, just like, it's just like a fucking Thor's hammer down, like, bah, just like, you just feel it, and I don't know, every time I listen to songs like this, I just imagine being at a festival and hearing it and just being like fucking just headbanging for it, just like, I don't know, you vibe off of it, and it's so cool because you can tell his inspirations of this album with Sophie passing away. You can tell that he had, he put his inspirations of her on there, and she's amazing too. Check out her shit. They did a track called Voices together, and that track is amazing, and you just hear both sounds, and she was a great sound designer as well. She has her own style of sound design, which I admire too, and you can tell there's like some of that in there. And I know they were close, so it's really cool. It's actually beautiful about this album that you can kind of tell and feel that a little bit part of her is in there, and it's just, man, I don't know, it's cool. It's amazing. It's beautiful to listen to that and kind of remind you of her, in his way that he's giving her homage to that. And I don't know, it's beautiful to give back to people that inspire you and you've been friends with, and that's a one thing you guys should do more often. I know we talk about loving your keeping in mind of your loved ones and staying close to them, but also with your producer friends or your creative friends, drawing art together, making art with one another. I think that's what's so beautiful about making music, is you can make music with anybody, right? Anywhere around the world. And I think that's better than making music by yourself, which you can get stuck at in the beginning. But making music for others or with other people, and, just having that experience, good or bad, I think it's a beautiful thing. That's why you should never stop. Like, that's what keeps me going too, just because sometimes I'll be in my head with a lot of things about recording and doing my own stuff, and I get lost. I get into my head. I'm like, should I keep going? What's the purpose of this? But you really just have to go back to this, to the standpoint of what made you start this, right? Your curiosity of, music, or your love for music, or your love for sound design or audio, or, playing an instrument. That's the thing that you have to go back. Sometimes you have to remind yourself to go back, right? And sometimes you just have to do it. You have to do it just to kind of keep you sane, at least. Finding an affordable recording studio to rent is quite difficult now these days. A lot of them are requiring you to pay a minimum of $50 up to $250 an hour. But luckily, I came across this great recording studio called Pirate Studios. They have tons of mini studios in one facility, and what's so cool about it, they're all around the world. They have one here in LA, a couple in New York, and quite a bit in Europe. These are great facilities. They have everything that you need: microphones, keyboards, monitors, interface. All you need to do is plug in the USB to your laptop and you're ready to go. Luckily, I have a referral code for you guys to use. So if you put promo code RAUL 600435, you will get credit, and also I will get credit. Once again, this is an amazing studio. I think it'd be great for you guys to check out, and let me know what you guys think of your experience at Pirate Studios. But going to that point of just collaborating with other people, I think it just makes a better experience, and I tend to enjoy it more when I do collab with other people. And you know, you could push one another. You know, you could learn things with one another and to grow with one another. And I think that's the best part. That's the best part, to see yourself or even your homies. You're like, fuck, man, you know, I remember a year ago, you were still trying to fucking figure out how to use a compressor. Now you look at you. You're playing the main stage or you're playing the side cards. So just just keep going. Just fucking keep going. Don't stop. When it gets hard, just keep going. Double it. Figure your shit out, right? Figure out what you're doing wrong. Ask questions. Ask your fellow producers. Ask your fellow friends, what can I do, right? Because you're not alone. You got to keep going and just do your fucking thing, man. This is, I feel like I'm fucking, what do you call those fucking coaches? Those motivation coaches? I don't know, those fucking personal coaches. But, you know, for me, it's great to talk to young producers, and they always tell me about shit that they're doing. And I fucking pump them on. I'm like, hell yeah, that's fucking sick, dude. Fucking keep doing that. One of the young producers I was talking to, he was talking about, you know, making music for his mom, right? His mom wanted to do a Mother's Day song for, you know, his grandma, and he was telling me how he recorded. He recorded with, you know, SM58 with in the bathroom with, you know, with like I think moving pads to, you know, isolate. And I was like, fuck yeah, that's so sick. That's creative. It's like, you know what I mean? I love that shit. I think it's so fucking awesome when people do that, because it shows you the love that they have into it. And it, you know what? That fucking drives me. So fuck yeah. Like, let me know what you guys are doing in the fucking comments. Let me know what you guys are doing. If you guys are doing fucking recording in the bathroom, or, you know what I mean? Or even painting art. I love that shit. It's so fucking, it's so great. I just love that shit. I love art. Art's fucking fantastic. So let's get back to this fucking album, Palaces. Shout out to Flume. Fucking the OG motherfucker. He's great, dude. Fucking love his shit. Oh, dude. Okay, I gotta talk about this one track called Get You. Get You. Holy. Okay, I love I Can't Tell, but my second closest one would be Get You, dude. Get You. Fucking nasty. Nasty. Dude, that fucking. The bass. Oh my god. Dude, come on now. Come on now, dude. That fucking. If you want to study sound design, that's the track. That's the fucking track to study. Marry it, fuck it. It's just, that's the thing you gotta understand, is that fucking track Get You is nasty. The bass design, I had to rewind it several times to just understand what the fuck's going on with this track. It's just nasty randomness. I love it. I fucking love it. I love going back to the choppy, his stutter. It's so cool when he goes like da 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 da. Like, it's, yeah, I don't know. I can't compute what is going on with that track with my mouth. I wish I could. I wish I could sound like a fucking exactly how it sounded, but go check it out. It's awesome. It's one of those tracks that you just study and study and study and study and study and just try to figure out how you can compute and how you can even sound, like, figure out the sound design. And so if anybody makes a video of that, let me know, because I want to check that shit out. If someone can recreate that. I know Excellent Sound, the homies over there, they do a lot of remake of Serum Patches over there. And if you guys are watching or listening, please do it. Danny and Parker, shout out. I used to intern over there back in the day, way back in the day. But those guys are really, really great. They have great YouTube videos of all these synths and great guys. But going back about this album, another thing I liked was there was a portion, Jasper's song. What a beautiful track that is. How natural it feels. It's not, it felt like it was getting played by a real piano. And what was cool about it, he like detuned it, like almost kind of like a tape effect, kind of like detuner. I don't know what that fucking is. It's just like, it almost sounds like a RC20 detuner. I don't know. It just sounds it sounds beautiful. It sounds clean. It sounds great. I love that. I thought that was really cool to add that. I know a lot of people in lo-fi beats, lo-fi producers, they use that for pianos to kind of, give it like that wanky kind of feel. But I think it was really enjoyable how he did it. And yeah, I think what was so cool about this album is that there were so many different elements of different genres in here. Like the main, nitty gritty of it is like, electronic dance. But with the track Hollow, you can, to me, it felt like a Afrobeat kind of beat, You know what I mean? To me, it had an Afrobeat beat, and I was like fucking dancing with it, and I fucking vibe with that. I love Afrobeat. I love the feel of it. Dude, that I get inspired by that rhythm, like dum da da dum da dum dum da da dum da. A lot of like reggaeton beats came from, the African kind of music, the Afro, Afrobeat, Moombahton kind of, Moombahton's like the electronic version of reggaeton, but you can, to me, a lot of like Latin sound comes from African inspired music, right? Which you have to study a lot. You can't. To me, it's funny when people make reggaeton beats, not knowing that those beats or that rhythm style came from African tribes, a lot of African music, and so I love studying that stuff, and it's awesome that he implemented that in his album too, which is cool. I don't know. To me, overall, man, I just think it was such a true Flume album, but he added tons of shit, right? He added tons of new stuff, new feels. I loved the ambience he used. It sounded like he recorded some some shit that was in his backyard and put in his album or his songs, and that's fucking sick. That's like it's inspiring, right? It makes me want to start fucking, buying a field recorder and going out and, recording stuff like that. I've been wanting to do that too. And so listening to that reminds me to start doing that. Why not do that? So it's like, that's what's so great about listening to an album like this. It inspires you to do a lot of shit that you've been wanting to do, but you haven't had the courage or you haven't had the moment to do it, and now you're like, hey, it's time to do it. It's fucking time to start that. Time to buy that field recorder. Time to buy that microphone that you've been always wanting to buy. Fucking do what you have to do to create, right? Sometimes you don't even need to buy that field recorder. Sometimes you can just grab your phone and fucking record. And that's the thing is we get scared a lot sometimes. Listening to this album can make you scared. Like, I was scared too. I was like, fuck, man, maybe I should fucking sell my MacBook and call it quits after this. But it shouldn't. It shouldn't make you. It should actually inspire you when you listen to music like this. And so, a shout out to fucking Flume for making me inspired by this shit, dude. It's great, man. I love seeing artists like that creating styles like that, or continuing making styles like that and making it still grow with them. And you see them not only grow as a human being, you grow as a producer, as a character, as a person, as a as a mother, as a father. It's just like it's great to follow an artist and see that stuff. So I don't know, guys, that's pretty much my wrap up for the Palaces. I can go more. I can do, I might see. It's funny because I'm talking to you guys right now, as from here, and I've been wanting to do like a live stream and getting everybody together and just fucking chopping it up about this. Just like, not even this album, just music in general. I love listening to fucking music, just even outside the dance world. I love listening to new pop, new country, new blues, new anything, right? Anything it's interesting. And it's different. I love different stuff too. I love when people push the limit and just see people's reactions, right? And so, but yeah, I think that will inspire you to make that new project, to go start that new painting, to go, start, a meetup group, you know what I mean? Like, find ways to inspire yourself, especially around yourself, with your people around you, who you talk to, who you're with, your spouse even too. So that's really important. And I think that lately I've just been inspired. I don't know, sometimes you go like on TikTok, I don't know if this comes with you guys run through this issue. Like, sometimes when I'm on TikTok, I'll have a couple good videos, and then there'll be one sad video. Oh, so sad. It'll be about like, it'll have a happy song, and it's two couples, right? And they're just eating, they're having fun. And all of a sudden, it shows a funeral. You're like, oh my God. You're like, fuck. You're trying to hold back your tears. Or it's a dog video. You're trying to hold back your tears. It's just like that. Like, man, I don't know why, but lately TikTok's been inspiring me to get like, start doing this, start doing more podcasts, start, interviewing more people, start releasing music. Actually, recently I've been starting to do reels, putting out my music on reels, and one of them fucking hit like 14K. And that was one of the songs that I was afraid to. I had in my fucking folder for months and months and months. And I was afraid to share it. I was afraid to, let people hear it. I don't know why, but I was like, it's not ready. And it's still not ready. There's no official release. There's no official vocals on it. And sure enough, I released it, and I was like, here, this is something new, a demo that I'm working on. And boom, all these replies of, man, this sounds cool. When is it coming out? I'm like, oh, I'm still working on it. And I haven't even touched it really, but it's amazing to see that reaction, knowing that I was hiding it. I was afraid of the opposite reaction, right? Which there is going to be that reaction. I'm not too worried about that, but it was funny because I was holding it back, thinking that I was not going to get the right reaction, but it was the totally opposite. So now I've been just relentless of just like, you know what? Let me show you guys what I'm working on. Or, here's something that I have, but I haven't finished. What do you guys think? And that inspired me just by watching those videos. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, little things like that can inspire you. Listening to this album can inspire you. Watching a movie, talking to somebody can inspire you. So fucking get inspired and just fucking keep going. That's all I'm going to say. That's it. No mas. That's it, guys. That's the end of the podcast. I just want to say thank you so much for the support. Appreciate everything you guys do for me. Make sure you sign up for Patreon. It's only $1. I'm not trying to fucking break the bank for you guys. It just helps me kind of keep this going and trying to, you know, feed the puppy. Not the puppy. Babe's like 6 years old now, but you get it. But if you don't worry about it. I appreciate you guys just supporting, listening to music, watching this, and showing me love. So thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys in the next one.